On August 2nd, 2010, Michelle Mockbee was driving alone and called 911. She told the dispatcher, calmly, clearly, that she believed her life was in danger. She named who she was afraid of. She said if anything happened to her, the police needed to know exactly who was responsible. 3 days later, Michelle was found dead, and the investigation that followed would expose something deeply broken about how we handle cases where victims predict their own murders. This video is going to be uncomfortable, not because of the crime itself, though it's disturbing, but because of what happened afterward. Michelle Mockbee did everything right. She documented her fear, she called authorities, she left a record. And for a significant period of time, none of it mattered in the way it should have. Michelle was a 37-year-old woman from Boone County, Kentucky. She was described by everyone who knew her as warm, grounded, and careful. By the summer of 2010, she had grown frightened. She confided in friends that she was afraid of someone close to her. The 911 call she made was not hysterical. She was specific. She named names. She explained context. Dispatchers logged the call, it was documented, and Michelle went home. When Michelle's body was discovered, the 911 call became a central piece of evidence. But what investigators found as they dug deeper was a pattern of behavior that had gone undocumented. Escalating threats, prior incidents that had been minimized, a series of red flags that individually seemed manageable but collectively painted an obvious picture. Domestic homicide researchers have a term for this: coercive control. It's a pattern where physical violence is often the last act in a long sequence of psychological domination. And one of the core findings of that research is this: victims frequently know. They know they are in danger. They tell people. They tell 911. And the systems around them are often not designed to act on that information preemptively. What makes Michelle's case significant beyond its tragedy is what it changed. The documented 911 call, combined with subsequent investigative findings, became a case study in victim-centered investigative reform in Kentucky. Several procedural changes around how domestic threat calls are triaged were implemented in her county in the years following her death. Her case is now referenced in law enforcement training materials on coercive control, on taking proactive threat assessments seriously, and on what it looks like when someone is trying desperately to be heard before it is too late. Michelle knew. She did the right things. We owe it to her, and to the people currently in the same situation, to make sure that when someone calls and says, "If I die, here's who did it," everything in the system mobilizes immediately. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic abuse, the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-7233. It's available 24 hours a day. Subscribe if you're new, drop your thoughts below, and I'll see you in the next video.